Hi guys, welcome to another video. So today's video is going to be a short, snappy makeup routine. I've done a video on this already, however it was a little bit more of a life update, so it was kind of like a long-winded video. So I thought I'd just do a video focusing on the makeup and how I do my makeup and what products I use and everything. So if you want to see that, then just keep watching. Right, I look like a drowned rat. So this is before. Beautiful, beautiful. And after. So nice and blow dried. I've just straightened her as well. Look how long my hair's got. Wow. Anyway, quick fire makeup tutorial. So I've prepped my skin, so I've got my moisturizer, eye cream and everything on, and then damp fuse blender. None of my brushes are clean, so don't judge me. And straight in with foundation. So the foundation that I use is the Maybelline Super Stay 24-hour full coverage foundation, just this kind of bottle, and I mix the shade 36 and 51. I mix those two together to get my shade and put it on your face. This is literally the best foundation for covering acne. Like, I've been using this foundation for so long now, and it's so cheap for like how good it is. Like, can you see that? Absolutely amazing. Okay, so once you're all covered, straight onto concealer. So I use the Revolution Conceal and Define. This is the jumbo one and it's in the shade C6. So you should get your concealer, if you're going to conceal like under your eyes and stuff, in a lighter shade, just so that it highlights these areas so that they like pop out more, whereas the contouring like deepens the areas to give you like definition on your face. So I just do little triangles, not too much under your eye. You can always go in with more. You don't want to put too much on at first because it can go quite cakey. But yeah, underneath your eye in like triangles, down your nose for some highlight and just make the nose a bit more. Lips, chin and forehead, and I also do reverse contouring on my cheeks just so that it can make my cheekbones pop. And then back in with your beauty blender and just buff that out. Do you see what I mean? Can you see that? Like, so I always lay my concealer down under my eyes first, and then I always leave it till last to buff it out. And basically, as it sits on your skin, the formula will get like thicker and drier so that it's fuller coverage, if that makes sense. Also, I put way too much on my nose. We'll sort that out in a bit. But yeah, so now it will be fuller coverage than it normally is, just because it's dried a little bit. And that's what we want. We want to cover those bags. And that is it all blended out. So after that, keep the concealer and the beauty blender out still, but we're going to go in and set under our eyes just before it creases. So normally I'll just keep my face like this to stop it from creasing, but I'm not going to entertain you with that. And I just go in with the RCMA powder, the translucent one, and pack it on. I also go down my smile lines just so we don't have any creasing there. And literally, it makes it look so smooth. Can you see the difference? Oh, it's so good. And I'm also going to set my chin just because that gets quite oily. Okay, and this brush is just from Sephora. It's the Blush Precision 73 brush. I've literally had that for ages and I always use it for putting under my eye because it's kind of like domed, if that makes sense. And then get your concealer again, and I just put a tiny bit on my eyelids. And I blend that out with the beauty blender again. And this is just to get rid of all the veins and all the redness on my eyes and kind of preps it for eyeshadow. Okay, and then back in with the powder and just do the same thing to make sure you don't crease them. You only need the tiniest bit of powder when you're setting your face. Don't go in, it's the same with everything, don't go in too heavy-handed. You can always build up, but you can't take away. Next, we're going to set the whole face, the whole base. We're just going to set it all, and I'm just going to use my Body Shop all-in-one face base in the shade 55. So it's literally just a pressed powder, which I need to get some more of. And I'm taking the Morphe E2 brush, and it's just like a big powder brush. And I tap it into my face so that we don't move any of the foundation. Always bring the foundation or any other powder down your neck, just so everything matches. You don't want to have a line because that does not look great. We're going to go in with bronzer to define those cheekbones, and I'm just using the City Bronzer from Maybelline, I'm pretty sure, in Deep Cool 300, like that, hit pan big time. And I'm using the Spectrum A05 brush, and it's just like an angled brush so you can really get into those contours. And I just go in with a light hand and start buffing that in, and I pull it up to make sure that it's pulling your face up. And I go in circular motions instead of a straight line because we don't want it to be too harsh basically. Okay, and then we have a cheekbone. Who knew? Who knew? Same again on the other side. And then forehead, not that I need to, but contour the forehead. This can make it seem smaller, like create the illusion, which I don't need, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Jawline to make us have that jawline, which I don't have. And now we have a jawline. And then I also go down my nose. So I'm gonna pinch it and I'm just gonna tap it down the sides just so that it's quite a gentle contour because we don't wanna go overload. And then I'll just go over the button like that. Can you see that? Right, it doesn't look great in this light, but it's okay. I also go under my lip just to give me bigger lips because the lip filler's basically gone. And on my Cupid's bow. You're then going to keep this out because we're going to use that later. But I also go in with a cooler shade. This is just a Hoola bronzer. Same brush, you need the tiniest bit, and literally I can still see the Hoola written on it, and I've had this for a while. And I'm literally just going to go in right in the depth of that cheekbone, literally just in the top bit. I'm not going to bring it down or anything. I'm just going to do it where the shadow would be. Can you see that? And same on the other eye, cheek. Okay, and that's the contouring done. Next is blush, one of my faves. Just bring back the healthy pink to your face. And this is just this Too Faced palette. I don't even know what it is. Sweet Peach Glow palette. And I'm just using a Real Techniques blush brush, I'm pretty sure this is. Yeah. Swirl it in, tap it off, and bring it up. So I put it on the apples and then I bring it up as well, just to create the upwards motion. I'm also gonna run the brush just a little bit over my nose just to create that sun-kissed kind of burnt look, even though there is no sun right now. Yay! Then you're just gonna set all this powder in place. And that's just with the Urban Decay. I think it's just the, just the all-nighter makeup setting spray. While your face is still a little bit damp, you go in with highlights. Now this makes it all melt into your skin while your skin's still a little bit damp. So this is just the Makeup Geek, and I think it's in collaboration with Kathleen Lights, I think. And I just go in with the darkest shade with my A23 Anastasia brush. And you need the tiniest bit because this is so pigmented. And I just put this on the high points of my cheek, just to create that glow. Can we see that? Yes, it's fucking insane. And the other side, on the Cupid's bow, a little bit on the chin, a little bit on the forehead because we don't need much there because we're gonna get oily. And I pinch the brush again, go in with the darkest shade and run it, and there's my hair on it, down the bridge of my nose, but only halfway. You want to create like an exclamation point. So we're doing the line, and then on the top of the button, just a little like exclamation dot. And I might go in with the gold shade for this. Yeah, do that. Okay, and that's your nose highlighted. So I'm just gonna let that dry a little bit more. We're gonna keep this palette out because we're gonna need to use this later as well. So you need your bronzer and your highlighting palette out still. Then I've just got some makeup wipes here, and I'm just gonna use these, to be fair. I'm just gonna take this off of the back of my hand before it gets on my clothes. And I'm gonna go along my brows. So I'm just going to take out all that foundation and powder and some eyebrow hairs apparently. That's very rude. And this just gets us ready to put some product in it because I don't really like the look of grey ashy brows with shitloads of foundation in it. I just use the NYX micro brow pencil. It's got a spoolie on one side and a adjustable spinny pencil on the other side. Right, why are all my eyebrows falling out? So with the spoolie, I just go through and brush them and I kind of shape them how I want them to be. And then I go in with the tip. Do you need to zoom you in for this bit so you can really see? I kind of do them really messy. I don't really have a specific way as to how I do my brows, but I do always start with the bottom line. I just extend it a little bit further like that. And then, let me turn the camera a little bit more. And then I just follow the natural bottom shape of my brow. And we're gonna go in very light-handed. Okay, so that bottom bit is done. And then we're just gonna go about 1 centimetre from the front, so about here. And we're just gonna go along the top. I'm gonna add in a little bit of an arch as well. And then all the way down to the tail and just close off at the end, just like that. So we can see we've got the shape. And then I just go in very lightly and create a very light line all the way to the front, like that. And then what we do is I kind of just draw some fake hairs to fill it in. And I don't like scribble it in, I just kind of do lines, if that makes sense. I don't want to make it like a block brow. I still want it to be a little bit sparse, but evenly sparse, if that makes sense. And then I very lightly run it through the front of the brow. Just like that. And then what we're gonna do is, I'm just gonna angle that a little bit. We're just gonna brush through it just to make sure all the product is evenly dispersed and making sure that we haven't missed any gaps. Okay, so I'm quite happy with that, and that's one brow done. And that is both brows done. Happy with them. To set them all in place, I'm just gonna go in with my Pears soap, and I'm just going to spray either like a facial spray or a setting spray into that just to moisten it up. Moisten it up. And then take a spoolie, kind of create a paste and go in and set those brows. So I'm gonna go in and I'm basically just gonna do the most basic eyeshadow that you've ever seen. So I'm gonna go in with my bronzer, so just to actually like match everything up so everything matches on my face. And I got a Leah brush set ages ago. And this is like my favorite brush out of it. It's the Luxe Soft Crease Brush 221. Very dirty, don't judge me. And I'm just gonna swirl it and tap it because it is pigmented, and just buff it into my eyes. So kind of like circular motions going from one end of the eye to the other, very lightly. And there we have definition, and it's the same colour as our cheekbones and everything else around our face. And we're going to do the same with the other eye. Okay, and they should both look like that. We're going to go in with this brush. So this is from the same set, and this is the Luxe Petite Crease 231 brush. Same bronzer, and we're going to go underneath the eye just to match it all together. Just like that. So it's the slightest difference, but it literally makes the biggest difference. And there you are. So you're now done with your bronzer, so you can put that away. And then I go in with my Holy Grail palette, which is actually called the Holy Grail palette. Violet Floss Holy Grail. And I get this brush, so it's a lot more like sparse. And this is the Luxe Defined Crease Brush in 224, that's the number. And I go in with brownie points and I put the tiniest bit on, tap it off, because she's pigmented. And I'm gonna stick it in the crease and just go back and forth, okay? It doesn't matter if it's messy, that's what we want. See that? You see how it's darker? Only slightly. It looks a lot darker in person than it does on camera. We're gonna do the same on the other eye. There we are. And then use the same brush that you're using before and just buff it out. If I was doing a proper eyeshadow look, I'd take a lot more time and effort on it, but we're literally just doing the bog standard, so you can literally make it as messy as you want. With another brush, this is the 230 Luxe pencil brush, same shade, brownie points, and we're gonna go really close to the lash line on the bottom lashes. There we are. Then, you're done with that palette, so that can go away. We get our highlighter palette again. So we're gonna go in with like a flat brush. So I'm gonna use this one. This is the 226 smudger brush. And we're gonna go in with the dark shade. So we're just gonna pack that on like that. Same with the other eye. And I also bring it down to my bottom lash line on like the inner corner bit, so to kind of like 3/4 of the way. No, that's a lie. 1/3 of the way, I say, just so it matches all together. Get your brush again and buff it out so it's not too harsh. Then, tiny little brush. This is the 237 Detail Shader, and we're going to go in with the lightest shade and highlight the highest point of our brows, so kind of like just under the arch, and fade it out, and that can give us some definition there. And I'm also going to take this shade and put it in my inner corner to make that pop. Now's the fun part, so it's going to be winged liner. I'm going to keep you zoomed in for that. Actually, let me see if I got any fallout. Not really. If you have, just buff it away with the domed Zoeva brush. That's not a Zoeva brush, is it? Sephora brush. I'm not with it today. Winged liner. So I use the NYX matte liquid liner, and I find this the best. It's got such a big handle and it's such a fine little tip. It's not a pen, it's like a brush. And I'll just do my wing liner, and I don't really have a way of doing this. I just do it. So just watch. I always do the bottom bit first, then line like halfway, and then bring it together. I think that's what I do. So yeah, just try and watch. I'll try and show you as much as I can. And there we are. She's a little bit thicker on that side. Next is mascara, and then we're basically nearly done. So I'm using the Maybelline Lash Sensation one. It's just the purple one. And I'm just gonna coat my lashes. I'm not gonna do anything major to them. Jesus Christ, they've grown with that castor oil. Wow. But yeah, I'm going in with false lashes, so if I wasn't, I'd probably like curl them and stuff. God, I didn't realise how long they've got. God, they've got so long, and I've also got mascara there. We're just gonna let it dry and then we can scrape it off. So that's the top lashes, and then we're gonna go in for the bottom. So I'm using the L'Oreal Telescopic, really, really thin brush, really good. And I'm just gonna coat the bottom lashes. And there we are. Told you it was fucking good. Like, look at my bottom lashes. Wow. What we're gonna do now is we're going to get our lashes. If you don't wear false lashes, you can just obviously skip this. But I'm using the Ardell 700s, just my usual. And I'm gonna get them, use my duo glue as per. And I'm just going to pop that, oh, a bit dirty. Ew. And I'm just going to run the glue along the top. So I leave them for about a minute. And that's for the glue to kind of get like tacky, almost dry but not. And while they're drying, I'm gonna do my lips. So I did buy a new NYX liner, but they didn't have my normal shade, so I had to go for a different one, and I guessed it because they didn't have the tester. I don't use the tester anyway, but I couldn't like test it on my hand, so it's the complete wrong shade. It's way too light for me. So I've just stolen Hannah's, sorry Hannah, MAC lip pencil in the shade Whirl. I know there's a dupe. There is a NYX dupe and I can't remember what it was. Why did I not pick that one up? Oh well, Northampton, yeah, you need to sort your NYX stock out, just saying. Just saying. Obviously there isn't a specific way as to how you line your lips, but if you want to overline them, always follow your natural line here and overline the bottom bit here and the top bit here, but always follow the natural line on either side. So that's the bottom done. Oh my god, I'm so happy with them. I'm so happy with them. They look good. And then I use Abby Dabby, the NYX buttercream, no, not buttercream, soft matte lip cream. And I just, ew, there was a saliva string. And I just kind of coat all my lips. My lashes are drying, I need to fit them on. Coat all my lips up to the lip liner. And that is your lips done. So, I go in from the middle and I go in from the middle. Wow, my lips look so different. Okay, so hold in the middle and kind of ground it in the middle. And then what I do is I kind of flatten it where I want it to go, and then I start pinching from the front. Why do my hands look so white? The key to lash sticking on is patience and staying calm and pinching. Oh my god, that's literally done. And that is one lash on. Going from the middle, kind of, this is going to be quite hard, I'm going to go in from the side. Lay it flat. Okay, it's all laid down, and now we're going to pinch. Gonna pinch, gonna pinch, gonna pinch. Inside, middle, and side. And it's done. It's done. All stuck down, they're gonna dry now. The glue will dry clear. I'm just gonna scrape off that little bit of mascara. And then final step is liner. Okay, and I'm gonna go along my top waterline and my bottom, but only halfway on the bottom. And that is the liner done. And then to lock it all in place, we're just gonna put the setting spray all over our face. Oh, she's running out. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Yeah, basically make sure you've got enough setting spray, otherwise you're gonna get white dots on your face. And you're done. Thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, put the bell notification on and you'll get a notification every time I upload. I haven't got any jewellery on, I will put that on. I'll pop it on while I'm talking to you. So yeah, make sure you like, subscribe, drop me a comment. I'll put all the links to everything, all the products that I use down below. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was quite speedy. I tried to make it quite speedy, I hope it is. And yeah, stay tuned for another video next Sunday. Love you guys. I'm really happy with this makeup look. Who is she? Bye.